Today I'm going to tell you a quite weird story. Today I was at the beach because I'm in Cyprus right now, and I don't know why, but I have a passion for digging. So when I was swimming, I noticed that there was a rock at the bottom of the sea, like dug into the sand, and immediately I kind of felt like it was a challenge. I wanted to dig the rock out of the sand. And I know it's really weird and I don't know why I like digging, but I just really love doing that. So after a couple of minutes of trying to dig up the rock, I realized that it's very big and it's gonna be tough. My mum starts telling me, just leave the rock alone, you're never gonna get it out of the water anyways. But as always, I'm stubborn and I tell her that within a few moments I'll have the rock out of the water. I keep digging, and for a lot of time I make no progress at all, and it just feels like the rock is getting bigger. Like the more I dig, it feels like it's just dug deeper into, and I just think to myself, is this rock really too big? And while all this is happening, my mum's still telling me to just leave the rock alone and can't we just leave the water? But I keep digging. Eventually I dig so much sand away that I can actually grab the rock. So I hold my breath, dive into the water, and I pull all I can on this rock. But it doesn't move a single inch. Again, my mum tells me, oh, just leave the rock alone, it doesn't really matter, it's too hard to pull out anyways. But because I've used so much time and I don't want to leave the water as a loser to the rock, I decide to keep going. I get under the water again and I pull the rock again, and it moves just a tiny bit. And like my hopes are up really high now. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna finally get it out. So I go down again and it moves even more. I then go down one more time and pull with every single thing I've got. And suddenly I'm standing with the rock in my hands. I managed to pull it out of the sand. I feel like a winner, even though it doesn't matter at all that I pulled this big rock out of the sand. I feel fulfilled and like a winner. I know that you might think, what the fuck does this have to do with the title? This is just a weird story. But the point is that I never gave up. I didn't give up. Even in the moments of me making no progress, where I doubted myself, is the rock too big? I didn't give up. One thing that I always try to keep in mind when I do things is that you can only be a loser if you give up. If I had walked out of that water before digging the rock off, I would have left as a loser. But if I was still in the water right now, multiple hours later, trying to get that rock out of the water, I would not be a loser because I didn't give up. I was still trying. So therefore the battle was not lost. So just imagine that me and you are playing a football match, right? And there's no time limit. The match only stops when one person gives up. Let's say you're 50 points ahead of me, so it's like 50-0. If I don't give up, the match is not lost. I can't lose if I don't stop the match and say, oh, I don't want anymore, even though you're so far ahead of me and I will probably never win. If I don't give up, I can't lose. And since I hate losing and hate being a loser, I always remind myself that if I don't give up, I can't be a loser. And you can apply this thinking to anywhere in your life. It doesn't have to be when you're digging a rock up. If you want to get ripped, want to look good in the gym, if you don't give up, then you haven't lost. If you want to build a channel, as long as you keep posting videos, you haven't gave up and the battle is not lost, so you're not a loser. As long as you still keep going, whatever endeavor in your life it may be, as long as you keep going, you can't be a loser. So I want to leave you with one thing, and that is to always remind yourself that as long as you don't give up, you can't be a loser. I almost forgot to say it. If you want to see more videos from a smaller YouTuber like me, then go down and click that subscribe button right now. It's a win-win for both me and you. Also check out the Discord server. It's the first link in the description. It's a small brotherhood that we're trying to grow, and I'd really appreciate seeing you in there. And last but not least, put one foot in front of the other.